TikTok has created a very concerning trend: overeating Crumbl cookies. Now, if you had Crumbl cookies in the past, you know they taste good, right? But overeating them, binge eating, 3,000 calories at a time, we gotta do something about this. But before we get up in arms, let's learn more.
Cookies, a small, sweet cake, typically round and flat, either having
Wait, there's a girl?
Or maybe both. Freshly baked cookies bring nothing but happiness to most.
Put that camera in the oven? That's a tight shot too. Let me know where I can find one of these cameras.
But happiness to most people.
What was that? Were those pliers? Were those some pickers? What do you even call those? Like the little, why can't I think of the name? You see that? What is that? Probably a fork. Okay. This was a good commercial until someone got a little, I don't know, toenail hair picker. Just started picking at the cookie. Sorry.
That have a soul.
That is a fine cookie.
And there should be absolutely no drama when
There's literally children watching, okay? You're gonna cuss like that and there's Timmy and Mariah listening? I mean, look at those faces. You gonna cuss? You gonna cuss in front of those kids? I didn't think so.
there is a cookie company that is taking over America, taking over TikTok, and taking over a lot of small businesses, which has escalated into a full-on cookie war.
Just imagine pizza companies doing this to each other, right? Like sending pictures of a pepperoni.
Yo, is Crumble Cookie gonna kill this guy if they figure out Larry, the cashier at Crumble in Tampa, is snitching? Is he gonna get offed because he's given some secrets away? Might be a little bit more serious than we, at least than I anticipated. Maybe you guys are in the cookie mafia. Who knows?
Pizza, putting him in a lawsuit and say, look, your pepperoni pizza looks mighty similar to mine.
There's some serious dough flying around.
And that business is Crumbl Cookie.
Don't say that.
With over 170 flavors, Crumble always has a cookie to help celebrate the sweet victory.
Is that an egg? Did someone have the audacity to cook an egg on a cookie? I know people do that in France. They serve you a pizza and then they just crack an egg on top of it. Okay, maybe it's cooked on top, but we need to see this. Stop scaring me. Who's ever making this video. First it was like the little pickers, okay? Now it's an egg scare. I mean, what else is there gonna be? Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Help celebrate the sweet victories in life.
This cookie company has milked their way into the cereal community. There's a Crumbl Cookie car, Crumbl Cookie shoes, t-shirts.
Ooh, you step in.
The cereal community. There's a Crumbl Cookie car, Crumbl Cookie.
You know, whoever had these shoes on was like in the middle of like the world's biggest money spread. He'd had that like going around, like both arms, just like, that guy's flexing. Goodness.
Shoes, t-shirts, plushies, Crumbl Cookie everything. It is pink-tastic cookie fun everywhere. But inside this pastel pink box is not only a copious amount of sugar, but a big box of drama.
We're reviewing Crumbl Cookie cereal today because this week's Crumble lineup looks like
Feuds.
I give 0
and a heck of a lot of criticism.
Well, it's not good. Crumble is so sugary.
I really hate to burst your Crumbl Cookie.
Okay, well, the people that would order Crumbl Cookie would be these types of people. I'm not sorry. I'm just kidding.
The inside of the cookie is raw. Oh my god. The inside of the cookie is not cooked.
Today we are digging into the company known as Crumbl Cookie, or the Cult of Crumble. Not sure if I'm allowed to put that in the title or say it this early into the video because the cult of YouTube will definitely snatch my money away and demonetize my video. But hopefully it's still there because I like the title.
For saying cult, that's crazy. If you recognize that song, put it in the comments.
This video is sponsored by me. Come hang with me after this video on my movie channel where I dip you into some sweet, sweet nostalgia. Thank you for all the support. In the small town of Logan, Utah, there were two cousins named Sawyer Hemsel and Jason McGogan who...
Of course his name's Sawyer. Why does that bug me? Of course your name's Sawyer. I'm sorry. Oh, it was a beat. He looks like a nice guy. Look at that smile. Why is his face so shiny? You know, he's probably using 90% SPF on his sunscreen. Literally see the camera. You can see the whole crew. If we zoom in enough, you can see the whole production crew right behind him. All right, I'm sorry, Sawyer, forgive me.
Never baked a thing in their life, but they were determined to make the best damn chocolate chip cookie the USA has ever tasted.
Two
the
swear words.
Perfect chocolate chip baked to perfection with crunch on the outside and moist and soft on the inside.
My name is Jason McGowan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a cookie company called Crumbl. I slept on my friend's floor.
Okay, sir, calm down. We have all slept on our friend's floor before, whether
We're trying to build some of the story, the emotion. How many commercials do you know that have that like? Too many. What will the next era of commercial songs be, you know? Are we gonna add something like a trumpet? Maybe add in a little piccolo, spice it up a little bit. Who's gonna be the trendsetter? I wanna know.
You know, after the Pentatonics concert, or if we're trying to build a billion-dollar cookie business. Now, I know they have to show that they came from nothing, which is interesting because he says in the video that he only had $68,000 to invest into Crumbl. I don't know about you, but most small-owned businesses and people who sleep on their friends' floors don't have $68,000 in their bank account.
Everything that we do is really just something that anyone can do.
How long did you sleep on the floor? Michelle, get off the
Holy crap. Don't scare me like that. Goodness. Wow. Okay. This girl, that's the second jump scare of the video too.
Anyway, according to Jason, him and Sawyer would study and learn the science of baking, testing different ingredients, different recipes, giving them to family and friends to try for free. I mean, who would say no to that? I know I wouldn't. After all that hard work and of course the $68,000, they opened the first store, and Jason said they didn't really struggle at all. They kind of got instant success.
Into cookies really after the first store opened, and we started seeing a lot of success.
Now, I looked up previously, Jason worked in tech. The average monthly income for someone who worked into tech as long as Jason did is $100,000.
What are you trying to say?
What do you mean by that?
I think I'm just on edge from those picker things.
Anyway, do with that information whatever you want with it. After he opened the first, well, him and his cousin opened the first Crumbl cookie in that small town of Utah, he said he knew that this was his calling and all he wanted was to bring people together.
I remember watching as families came in to try these cookies, and I thought, my whole career I've been trying to bring people together. Is it possible that the solution is actually not a digital technology, but is it cookies?
Sir, you need to stop. I only had a dream. $68,000 and a stable job. And I actually was successful.
What's on the
floor
bed?
was so cold. And I only
Is that a dog toy? Probably a dead bird.
And I actually was successful. The floor was so cold, and I only had my $68,000 to keep me warm at night. But you know what? I'm just gonna go with he had a passion for cookies. Who am I to challenge any of that? So in the first Crumbl that opened, they only had one flavor, the infamous chocolate chip. Now the company has 6 different flavors at a time per week with different themes, flavors, more than 200 bakeries.
I know we're supposed to be hating Crumbl, but I will be shocked if I have the willpower to not buy Crumbl cookies by the end of today. Sorry if I do.
Bakeries in the US, even internationally, with over 3,500 employees, and has impeccable marketing strategies, which means influencers, and influencers love Crumbl, and Crumbl, they love influencers.
Is that a lemon? Look at her face too. It's like she strategically had to angle her mouth so she wouldn't, you know, absolutely devour that huge lemon. Like, look at her eyes, right? She's like, doesn't like it. Before it's all cookies and cream. Crazy.
So as Crumbl rolls to the top, there is a type of influencer that is also arising. We have our foodies and the mukbangers.
To write me a prescription for food stamp, and he said he can't do all that.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, ma'am. But now, there's the Crumbl influencers who get a box of Crumbl every—
Like, what are you putting this on? Like, is this, she's got like a table, she's got like a glass of milk. Is this on her steering wheel? Does she have her knees like up here, like has a table and is like just trying to balance with her knees, like as she's like eating a cookie in the car? Like, that's crazy. I want to see like the side view, you know? I want to see like the apparatus she has in getting this shot. It's insane.
Every week to show and taste the new flavors for their millions of viewers. This chick is just called Cookie Girl. All she does is eat cookies in pure silence. Misophonia, people, I'm warning you, shield your ears right now. That's enough, okay? That's it. And she's a
even that was too much.
Quiet eater. But to my misophonia ears, absolutely not. It is just not my type of content to indulge in. But she gets millions of views by eating cookies. She doesn't even have to talk. Slay. I have seen a lot of these Crumbl influencers showing up on my FYP page or my For You page on TikTok, and they seem to love everything Crumbl.
As soon as I saw this Biscoff cake in the lineup, I knew I was getting Crumbl this week.
But someone who really loves Crumbl is the queen of crying on the floor, who has gone to the queen queen of eating things in her
That's not
car.
funny.
Miss Trisha Paytas, and she seems to get that pink, colorful box every single week.
Okay, guys, so Crumble this week has baked up new flavors that they never baked up before.
Trisha loves Crumbl. I'm not surprised. It's so part of her personality. It so goes with her brand, and it's literally all over her YouTube. This girl is on the Crumbl VIP list.
This one is the MVP, this is the MVP. Like, you have to RSVP to get the MVP cookie.
How many Starbucks tumblers are back there? It's almost like a museum. Every tumbler known to man is in that cabinet. I can promise you that.
I had no clue that this was a whole thing. Also, Trisha's new baby, that baby came out the womb, and Trisha was like, Crumbl is going to be part of you.
You want the pink? Okay.
You are part of the sisterhood to eat cookies.
Hey, you ready to try the Crumbl cookies of the week?
Look at this baby's face. It knows. It needs its nourishment.
I also love sugar.
Most influencers love Crumbl, but Crumbl loves influencers even more. I mean, it's free marketing.
Crumbl cookie. Giant, mini one.
Influencers are more powerful, in my opinion, than celebrities when it comes to marketing because people still think that influencers don't lie. But like, they seem more real than a celebrity. And if an influencer says, eat a...
Before we move on, one thing I want to point out, this video is 31 minutes long, okay? That's TMI, all right? You don't need to watch that much. We're going to only watch the most important parts. I got you.
This brings us to the concern many have about these cookies.
Here we go.
The calories, the ingredients, the sugar.
The sugar.
Crumbl cookie is super hyped up, especially when they collaborate with influencers or influencers just put them on their socials because you have to be hyped up. And people are super shocked by all the interesting flavors and all the colors they do every single week. But something that shocked them even more was the amount of calories in these face-sized cookies once they decided to check the nutrition label. Something else that Americans struggle with is just looking at nutritional labels. And there are so many videos of people being like, what? How can an oversized cookie the size of my face with an inch-high layer of icing be around 1,000 calories? Now that doesn't make sense.
I can't believe that one Crumbl cookie is 1,000 calories.
Plus, I eat a whole box.
It depends. Which one are we talking about? They're all high though. Make no mistake, they're all up there, okay?
Cookies are like, for one cookie is like 900 calories. That can be a meal.
It's a lot more than one meal. It's actually about
I like how she just wasn't impressed.
That can be a meal.
Couldn't care less.
one meal. It's actually about 2.5 of my meals. And people were very, very angry because they said, no, we read the label. It said 200 calories for a cookie that's the size of my face. But I'm guessing they were probably looking at Crumbl's mini cookies where their tiny cookies the shape the size of this is around 200 calories.
Which cookie is better, Crumbl's minis or the original?
Or you guys didn't pass fraction in elementary. Because if you did read the nutrition label, let's use this s'mores cookie as an example. There's actually 4 servings in one, which means if you're eating a whole cookie, Trisha, or a box, you're inhaling over 50 grams of sugar. And if you're a Crumbl influencer and eating a whole box every week, Trisha, you're eating around 300 grams of sugar. That's 4 times the amount that you're supposed to eat in a weekend. Unless you are taking it to the next level and dipping it in soda.
That wasn't soda.
To the next level and dipping it in soda.
That's gotta be sauce. Tell me that's not sauce. What is the cost of being a mukbang influencer? What is the health cost? How many years, let's say how many weeks of your life would you lose from this? At least a couple hours. You cannot tell me you can dip a cookie in some Raising Cane sauce and not lose like a few days. All right. Any nutritionists, put your studies in the chat. Let's know. We got to find out. Put your data in the comments. How much time would this take off your life?
Just kidding. Oh, okay, good.
10 out of 10.
She still ate it. This chick loves Crumbl. She is there every week.
Trying this week's Crumbl cookie. Trying Kylie Jenner's Crumbl cookies. Trying this week's Crumbl cookie.
She got a whole cake? Why? I thought Crumbl cookie was cookies.
Have you guys ever tried?
We're not going to ask why she's bald, okay? We're not going to ask. All right, we're just not gonna ask questions here.
The Tres Leches cake.
We're gonna be here all day.
Crumbl cookie.
No, because I thought that this company sold cookies.
This right here is so delicious. Please get it.
Free advertising.
What kind of maniac just eats out of the middle?
This company sold cookies.
This right here.
Yo, that's crazy. Wow, just like for someone that would treat that as like, ooh, a one-time thing, a delicacy, like you start very strategically like from the corner and like you work your way in. But you know, she does this every week. All right, this is like, this ain't crap to her. Like she starts from the middle. That's barbaric. That's crazy.
Is so delicious. Please get it.
Free advertising, you guys, and everyone in the comment section is like,
yes, my crumble queen. We will go get platter of cake and eat it like a
heathen from the center.
That is so good.
Thank you.
lovely cult leader.
I don't know if she's a cult leader. Her and Trisha can battle it out while Jason and Sawyer rub their hands together like Mr. Burns and say yes. I'll never have to only have $68,000 in my bank account.
How does that not bug her?
Mr.
Did you
Burns
guys see
and
that?
say yes.
You see like looks like she's got a screen protector, but it's like kind of coming up on the side. That would drive me crazy. Huh.
Never have to only have
I guess it doesn't bug her. That's
$68,000
crazy.
in my bank account again.
Excellent.
But what I do know
Teach
is that
your own.
people say that Crumble is a cult, and that's why they are doing so well. While all the other cookie businesses crumble.
I think the C in Crumble stands for cult.
So many people are saying that Crumble Cookie is a cult because right when you walk in, the employees are smiling and they look deeply into your eyes as you walk in and hand you that bright pink box of sugar and say,
This
have
poor
a good
girl.
you walk in and hand you that bright
This poor girl did not consent to this edit. She did not consent.
pink box of sugar and say, have a good day, ma'am. Thank you for coming to Crumble, my Lord and Savior. And for some reason, you just keep coming back.
And everyone in the back in unison said, hi, welcome to Crumble.
They were Mormon owned, even deleted at Crumble Cookie Mormon Mint. Lake City, and people claimed they weren't gonna go anymore because it's owned by Mormon Mint. Haven't bought one since I
That's why. This makes so much more sense. Shout out all my Mormon subscribers. Love you guys. Icing on the cookie. Icing on the 1,000-calorie cookie.
found out that they were Mormon owned, even deleted at Crumble Cookie's app. I boycotted for a month, then caved in. Anyway, so there's actually 2 cookie companies in Utah owned by Mormons, and they
At least they tried.
do not like each other. It has been going down, and it's known, or maybe just on TikTok, or maybe just in Utah, because I didn't hear anybody else talk about it, but in Utah, it is known as the Great Cookie War. This feud is between Crave Cookie and Crumble Cookie, where Crumble actually
Do
tried
they
to
hire the
sue
same graphic designer? Tell me these 2 logos are not by the same person. Moving on.
is between Crave Cookie and Crumble Cookie, where Crumble actually tried to sue Crave for copying their trademark or being too similar to their logo. Well,
Claiming in part that the 2 brands' packaging, decor, and presentation is
Even
confusingly
I saw it.
similar to Crumble.
it didn't work out for Crumble. You could say that the lawsuit crumbled. Yep, you love it.
I don't really see any confusion at all. I think most people can tell just fine that we don't look anything alike.
And Crumble
Cat.
no stranger to cookie wars. Many people hate Crumble because they think that they're just this big company who wants to take down any small company that is kind of similar to them. And it's hard to not be similar to them because, well, they're a cookie company. How different can you be?
Just imagine pizza companies doing this to each other, right?
They tried to sue Dirty Dough, but then Crumble got sued because they were sharing with its payment processor, Stripe Incorporated, without their consent, which violated California's Invasion of Privacy Act. Yeah, there's a lot of odd drama with this company, and yet every weekend, once I get done with work, 8 o'clock, I sprint to Crumble Cookie. I get 2 cookies handed to me by the Squidward workers who are overworked and angry. I wait until night falls, sprint to my cookie, cut my cookie in 1/4 so I can have a total of a half cookie and not overeat on calories. Trisha! But before I do that, I make sure Garrett doesn't take any more than what we agreed. You better do it evenly, Garrett. Don't you cheat on me by getting more cookies than me. And then tell everyone to leave me alone.
I wasn't expecting it either, okay? Straight off the cover of those romance novels, you know what I mean? Like on a horse, on a stallion. Tell me you don't see it.
And tell everyone to leave me alone. Don't bother me! Nobody bother me!
Do I need to brush my teeth?
It's 8 o'clock.
She's running through a big ass house. Just like a minute cutscene of her like running up the stairs, running past the multi-million-dollar Monet paintings on the wall. Hope they don't catch me. Running through the garage, past all the Aston Martins, Bentleys. Go her. I hope she's crushed it. Let's go.
As I sit in bed and eat around 40 grams of sugar while I watch Bob's Burgers. Then I pass out every Friday night. It tastes so good to me, but there's a lot behind the scenes. It's not like how the owner makes it, specifically the younger one, Sawyer.
What do you think's in the box? Any guesses?
What the heck, Sawyer? Yo, I didn't know we were stepping like that. I didn't know we were fancy like that. You know what I mean? Okay, Sawyer. If he's not the perfect Mormon, who is?
What's in the box? Any guesses?
A very special news prize.
A very special news.
Not gonna lie, man, she looks a little frightened.
What do you think's in the box?
He cracks me up though. He's always just dancing on TikTok. He's always baking.
People ask all the time, where does Crumble?
Of course, Sawyer has a torch for his, like in his kitchen. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? His name's Sawyer. Why would you not have a kitchen torch? Essential.
Get their inspiration for their cookies from?
He just shows up at the Crumble store as the employees are forced to smile and dance around with him.
Let me see those hands. It's the boss and he has his iPhone out. It's the same as the gun, you know? People go crazy. Your job's on the line. You better dance or you're losing that job. I know you got 3 kids and you're a single mom, but like, if you don't bust down for TikTok right now, there's a door. That's how it crumbles, you know? That's how this cookie crumbles. Can you imagine the anxiety working here? Knowing that any moment the boss can walk in with his iPhone and you have to be like, well, like your dance moves have to be on point. You have to be rehearsed. It's like, it's gotta be viral content. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I'm just kidding. He's probably a very nice person. He cracks me up though because he will be walking on the street and he will see someone carrying that bright pink box and he will go up to them and say, oh, what do you have there? Is it good?
No, it's like over Washington Square Park.
I need to find it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And you know what? He also gets to be a little diva on the internet when influencers don't like his products. Oh yes, people, you know what time it is. It's time for the Battle of the Boys. Not only would someone called Be Better Company on TikTok straight up say, Crumble cookie is a scam. He then would buy the cookie, try it, and tell everyone that he absolutely hated it.
No, seriously, who is paying you guys to say these cookies are good?
And then he would call into Crumble and then tell them that he hated it.
But I was just in and I got 6 cookies, and I have to be honest, they were the worst cookies I've ever tasted in my entire life.
A little dramatic, but we love drama that doesn't involve us. And the creator of Crumble would see this and would comment on his post. He secretly eats the whole box after filming, and Be Better just had to show him. Nope, I threw it out. And I even told the people who come to my hotel room to pick up my trash that it is trash.
Morning. So let's go look at the cookies that I supposedly ate. As you can see, I left them out here, and I even wrote down for the people, this is garbage, thank you. And as you can tell, did not eat them.
Then he goes out, gets another competitor cookie, and labels the video, Crumble cookie still sucks.
I can already tell, like, these are what cookies are supposed to look like.
Well, Sawyer, you can't sue someone for not liking the cookies, but that's fine because, you know, Jason said his goal was to just bring people together. And on that day, that Be Better Company posted that video.
This guy is, I don't want to call him a marketing mastermind. He is the youngest person to get an MBA in Canada. I don't know if that's true, but really honing in on the downfall of this company, that company. So can you imagine living with this person? Can you imagine this was your brother, the picky prince?
A lot of anti-crumblers were in his comment section coming together about how much they hated Crumble.
Like, what Crumble sells isn't cookies, you know what I mean? So these are already gonna be, I think, so much better.
And he was like, he liked all of those cookies that were anti-Crumble.
So good.
So I'm sorry, boys. Jason Sawyer, you did not initiate him into the cult of Crumble. You got me, but you didn't get this guy.
Well, this is garbage, thank you.
I'm sensing there's a, you know, a bag behind this. Sensing there's some compensation. Feeling it's more than just about the cookies. Who am I to judge?
It's time to make some cookies. So I wanted to make a recipe that I found from someone called Michael Corey.
What is that phone
cookies.
case?
So I wanted to make a recipe that I found.
Is that Dragon Ball Z? If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing.
Called Michael Corey. 30-gram protein Crumble cookie.
A single Crumble cookie can have 800 calories, only 8 grams of protein, so that's why you need to make these homemade birthday cake Crumble cookies. These have 30 grams of protein each and taste amazing.
So let's stop wasting time and let me mash.
Do you think she'll enjoy it? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I don't think she'll enjoy it. Just like, it's just a vibe these cookies are giving me, you know?
All the ingredients together and then we can taste this 30-gram Crumble cookie. Okay, wait, never mind. One of the things said get casein protein and my butt cheeks was at Walmart and I got whey protein. And I know specifically because Garrett makes things with protein because he formulated our recipe. Whey protein is not good in baking and it specifically says right here in the ingredient, I highly recommend using a whey casein blend protein. So scratch that, we're going to do Marcus Thomas, low calorie tip. And he has lost a substantial amount of weight doing little healthier or low calorie dupes.
You can eat cheeseburger bowls and lose weight.
And I think that's more what my audience is interested in. I don't have a big bodybuilder audience. Most people aren't gonna be going for cookies that have 30 grams of protein because they normally taste like Taste-wise is great at first and then that protein taste starts coming in. Frosting is my favorite part.
What did we say? We knew this would happen. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not like your own baking. I do it all the time. Okay, this video continues on. We're just getting the most important parts out of the video. Let's watch the ending.
Anyway, I personally love Crumble. I am part of the cult with absolutely no shame. I go to Crumble every single Friday. I love them. I don't eat as much as Trisha, but I do absolutely wish that I could with no regrets and no stomach pain. I'm so aware that people say that they're gross, that they aren't cooked all the way through.
Now put the cookies in the oven. Nice. So how long do I wait for it? 30 minutes? 40 minutes?
Wait for it. The cookies are done. Take them out.
What do you mean take it out? We just put them in.
And it's ready to be served.
No, it's still raw.
They're ready to be served, brother.
But that comes down to the people that made it. And since they usually hire teenagers, I can see that happening a lot. Teenagers don't give a f. But lucky for me, that's exactly how I like my cookies. I love cookie dough. The best of both worlds. Hard, chewy cookie on the outside, doughy center in the middle. That's heaven, baby. Every Friday night. But I totally have to agree. They really aren't special. My mother-in-law is part of the anti-crumblers because she had a baking business that didn't do too well and has a vendetta against Crumble. And like many Crumble haters and the critique that they give, she thinks that they're overpriced, that they're never baked in the center. But the thing is she had a baking business and her cookies pretty much tasted the same, but they were cooked all the way through. So they really aren't that special. There's many cookies just like theirs. But the way that they market, the boxes, the social media posts is really what makes Crumble and the cult of them the top cookie in America. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, it's Friday, and well, you know where I'm going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button or I'm gonna eat a whole box of cookies. And I will see you guys in the next video. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Oh wait, forgot you guys' little kiss. That's got extra sugar in it because
We didn't ask for that kiss, okay? I don't know what I think about that. It was like my 3rd grade teacher. What do we learn about Crumble? Are we surprised there's a so-called cookie war and that the person with $60,000 sleeping on his couch is willing, ready, and able to put his competitors into the ground? No, we're not surprised. In fact, we probably could assume that would happen. Now, are we going to be influenced by this trend? I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about eating Crumble today, you know, and it's going to use the rest of my willpower to not drive to Crumble and buy a box. Also, let me know what you guys think of this format of video. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this other trend on TikTok where people commit check fraud on Chase and then immediately regret it after. Feel free to check that out or one of these other videos here. I'll see you in the next one.